This is the green beans cooking that I'm going to be using in my green bean casserole today. Hello again. Today I'm making green bean casserole, and I used green beans from the garden and some frozen green beans right here. I've already cooked them up, and just makes it a little bit easier that way. And so now I am going to add a can of cream of mushroom soup to the pan here. It looks like I need to go get a spoon, so excuse me. So we'll put this into the pan. And this is a cream of mushroom soup that I like. It's got good flavor and everything, and it's just gonna be good. So I'm gonna put that into the pan, and I'm gonna go ahead and do 2 cans today in this. Maybe a can and a half, that's what I'll do. Okay, there's a can and a half there. And I'm going to be doing some cream in here. It calls for milk, but I didn't have the right kind of milk that I like, so this is 3/4 of a cup. And that will go in there. And then I'm going to, since I'm making a little bit more of this, I'm going to dilute that cream with a little bit of water in the soup as well, but we don't want it too diluted because then it'll get too runny. So I've about a 1/2 cup of water there, and go ahead and mix that together. Okay, let me get rid of this here. Okay, so now I am going to mix all this together in the pan here. Get it all nice and mixed up. I'll try not to get too wild here with it. I don't want to make a big mess on the table here that I'm working on. I do want to get it mixed up pretty good though. Mix that soup in there. I love green bean casserole, and because it has such good flavor with the green beans and the mushroom soup that's put with it, and the cream and the seasonings that it has with it. And it looks like it's almost mixed up for that. It's still thick enough in there. Okay, now I'm gonna add a little bit of thyme. This will just give it a good flavor here. Probably no more than 1/4 teaspoon, because thyme is very strong tasting. And we'll get that all mixed up together there. Okay, then I will add a little bit of this Chef's Choice all-purpose seasoning. And this is one of my favorite seasonings. Again, I'm going to add just about 1/4 teaspoon there. And I don't think that has a lot of salt in it. It has some, but for that amount, it doesn't have a lot of salt. And I know that the mushroom soup has some salt in it, so I may not need to add any salt to this because I don't want to over salt things. And And I'm going to now put in the green beans into the pan here. This is approximately 8 cups of green beans. It might even be 6, but I'm thinking it's 8 cups of green beans there. I'm going to mix that all together, and we'll find out if we have enough of the mushroom soup in here. Let me scoot that back out of the way so everybody can see what I'm mixing all this together here. This is a little bit bigger bowl than I normally, not bowl, pan. And so it may not look like there's a lot in there, but it's just a bigger pan to what I have. Okay, now I'm going to add some of these crispy fried onions in there, which is one of the main things that makes it taste so good. And maybe break it up a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna pour, I'm gonna say at least a little more than half of that in there so I can have enough for the topping. And I'm just gonna mix that right in there. I love those crispy fried onions. I think that's what adds to the flavor of the green bean casserole as well. This is almost ready to be put into the oven. To me, it almost looks like it needs another little bit of mushroom soup. I'm going to add some more of that and add the rest of that. So 2 cans if you're making a big recipe of mushroom soup, and I will put that in the comments, what I put in this recipe. And I'm then going to add a little more of the cream here, and that's a half a cup there, and just a little bit more water, not as much as I did before probably, and I just mix that all together again. You know, some people put cheese in their green bean casserole, and that tastes pretty good too. I use the vegan cheese. Now that seems to be a lot more creamier. I kind of like the creaminess of that. And then on the top, after it's baked in the oven for a little bit, I will put the rest of the onions on top of it.